All right, folks, here we are for another session of Off the Grid. And I want to welcome my boy, Super Dope MC, who was raised out on the Hawaiian Islands and now based out of Colorado. Staplemouth, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, brother? In Memphis Reigns. It was an honor to be here. It's pretty great, man. Thank you. Thanks for
Hey,
having me
man,
on
I
again.
appreciate it,
Again,
man.
like you're not sick of me yet. That's cool.
Hey, man, thanks for being a frequent flyer, man. And we're here to talk about your new album that's set to drop on March 23. I appreciate the early preview, man, and the opportunity just to check it out and,
Yeah, man.
just listen and vibe with your new project. So we're here to talk about the Brainforest Underground presents the Thunderhead EP, man. Hey, do you want to tell me a little bit about the title of the album, significance of it? How did it come to be?
Well, like Thunderhead, like during that time, like a Thunderhead to me, like it represents a purge. Like there was during that time of my life, I was going through changes, and it was me. It's honestly tracks that I wrote from my transition from Kansas to Colorado. I was living in Kansas, and then like there was a lot of life changes, and then I decided to start over in Colorado. And like just like the whole thing, because like it's honestly me branching off of the Estuary project. You
Okay.
know, like this is part of a four album series, or like a four-part series. And Estuary was me being like kind of manic and trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my life. And
Yeah.
even the style of that album is more like it was pretty chaotic, and but in a beautiful way. And this was more like me grounding myself and even being like hopeful and excited, because like it's like, all right, I'm going to move to Colorado, and um and I'm gonna try this, And as I was exploring Colorado, I was going on hikes, and on these hikes, a lot of these tracks were written on like hikes that I took in Colorado, and so then it was like this inner. So Thunderhead is like this inner hike for myself, of me like rediscovering myself, and and like, and it's just like you know storm cloud, man. It's a purging for me. It's a purging for me. And it's a and the whole idea of like a bright thought and lightning and stuff. It's like new ideas,
Yeah.
new life, starting something new. The songs are a lot more structured than Estuary. And it
Okay.
and it kind of like, as far as like Estuary was, I mean, it was really cool. I mean, it was perfect for what that album represented for me.
Yeah.
And then Estuary, and then like Thunderhead is more like, it's more collected, more straightforward. Still a little dark because I'm still trying to figure stuff out. But it was a that's what this album represents. So yeah, it's basically an inner hike that I called Thunderhead.
Yeah,
So
I love some of the things that you just called it, man. Chaotic but beautiful, and then your inner hike, and were you writing the lyrics like in the middle of the hike? Would you stop and just say, "I'm going to write a song here," or was it
yeah,
just you were kind of formulating your thoughts? Oh, you actually did that. That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. No, like there's like most of the track was written like me taking a break, or me reaching a peak and just sitting there, and like it wouldn't be like maybe full songs. Like throughout the hike,
Yeah,
I would like come up with like the hook for a song or something, because I'd be listening to it, to the instrumentals and my headphones or something, as in my earbuds, as I'm hiking or something. And then like I'll
yeah,
sit down, and as I come up with ideas, I'll sketch them down. As I come out with melodies or cadences, I'll remember them, and maybe like, and mumble it into my phone as I'm walking, as I'm walking,
yeah.
and yeah, so a lot of it was was written on hikes, and it was a cool thing.
Yeah, and again, that thing struck me, man. Chaotic but beautiful, man. It's sometimes at some points of the album, I felt wow, like releasing tension, angry, but also at the same time finding opportunity. So it was, yeah. I mean, the way that you described it was perfect. And what a ride, man! Seven tracks of just amazingness, man. I appreciate it again. Just going through that album and going on that emotional roller coaster, man. And so, tell me about the project. You were moving and you started a new life in Colorado. And so did you have a producer in mind, or was it just, did he reach out? Did Rezult say, hey, let's do something? Or, what was the choice to use Rezult for Thunderhead in such a important time in your life?
Well, like his production was speaking to me the most after, because I was still branching out during that time. We're talking about maybe like 2000, 2001, 2002-ish, end of 2001, 2022. And during that time, my world was still kind of small. I was still reaching out to people. I didn't get back into music until 2020. So like we were already working on. At the time, it was the Tree Dusk Mirror, Dusk Within Us album. And then he would send, during that time, I'd grab some beats for myself, like, hey, you mind if I do a solo with this? Or as as we were working on the other projects. So then we were already working on another project during that time. And as a group, which is now known as Brainforest Underground. But it matched, and and over the last few years, like more produced, I've been, reaching out to other producers and other people and stuff. But during that time, my world was still a little small. Like I was still working with just a small group of people that knew me before I disappeared, basically.
Yeah. And how long was that break again? Remind me the break. How long was it? Did you stop music?
Oh man, I think it was like 10, 13, 14. The number's just going to keep going up. It was more than a decade.
Wow.
For sure.
And where is Rezult from? And just to be clear, Rezult is spelled Rezult. Where is he based out of?
He's out of Virginia.
Okay. Awesome.
He's out of Virginia. So but
he's
been a brother of mine for a long time. So it was, but yeah, I mean, like his style of production, the way that he structures his beats and everything, it totally lined up with, how I was feeling in the time. It's more organized. I was more gathered and just, trying to sound hopeful, but at the same time, still trying to figure out what I'm doing with myself. So
it was a well laid out album, and thematically, and just again all the different feelings I felt when I was listening to the records was great. And then I thought it was an album that used scratches very well. So I hope I don't butcher his name. DJ Somnium, is that right?
Yeah, no, Somnium, yeah. Yeah,
And
that guy, he's a mysterious, he's a
from?
masked cryptid. Nobody would ever know who he is. But he's a masked cryptid. He's out of Virginia as well.
Okay. And how did you link up with him?
He's part of Rezult's world,
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a, secretive, reclusive, masked cryptid dude that lurks in, that doesn't awake, he's not around. He doesn't exist until like 1 a.m. or something. That's when he shows up.
He's a cool cat. I love it. And, his scratching was super dope on a bunch of the songs. And again, I just thought that the combination of you, Somnium, and Rezult made perfectly. It sounded great for just the Thunderhead theme. And what surprised me was on the art is that you had the credit for doing all the cover art. I didn't know that you did graphic design. So is that something a lot or just sometimes?
No, I mean, that's, man, like, no, I'm terrible at it. I mean, like the cover art's the cover art. I mean, the cover art's the cover art. I mean, like, and then like but then the layout and everything else. I mean, like the pictures, yeah, that's mine. But then, just dabbling, just dabbling. But it's not something that like I could do. Like, to be honest, it's just like, here, this is what I had in mind, Thundercloud, with blue, because I was super into that blue color for a long time. So I thought it all lined up.
That's gonna be on the wax, the cover of the wax, man. So your art on there. And what's the color of the vinyl? Did you guys pick a special color? Or you just went with traditional?
No, we just went black. We went black. That would have been cool to pick something that that kind of matched to match the blue. But with it being an EP and trying to keep the pricing down and stuff,
Yeah.
just go black.
Dude, I can't wait to get my copy, man. So ordered that, and I'm
Thank you.
ready to rock that on the record player. And how long vinyl nowadays? When you get it made, it takes quite some time. What was the wait time for this actual record?
This
Take
one, I think it was about, I think it was about 3 months. There's more so like congested
oh
catalog released for El Grande Records. Like
okay
it sat for about a year with El Grande Records only because they had a whole lineup planned for their
okay
to for their releases. So
I
then they had
see
to take care of prior stuff first, and which is
yeah
totally fine. Like those guys,
yeah
they take so much care of me. Like they're super amazing, So like, but honestly, it was in December where it was like, okay, we can firm up this date, So then
okay
that's when everything went in. So I'm thinking maybe it took about 2 to 3 months for the manufacturing. I
that's
still had to
actually
receive
not
it.
bad.
Yep. No, like we got the test presses in, and they sound great, and still waiting
Fantastic.
for, yeah. So, but it's
Yeah.
I think manufacturing, the turnaround for that is a lot better than where it was a couple of years ago.
Okay.
It was like, because Estuary honestly took a year in
Oh.
production. We
Okay.
dropped it, we sent it out, and then like they were like, yeah, by the way, dudes, it's about
Yeah.
like a year out. And they'll be like, damn,
Everything
yeah,
is slow.
but then but I believe like it's gotten a lot better. So it took it's 2 to 3 months ish
Oh.
to
Well, hey,
manufacture.
tell me about El Grande Records, man. I'm not, I just to get up, my knowledge is limited on just a lot of other
Yeah.
things. But just El Grande Records, where are they based out of? How did you connect with them? And then how was it decided that you would do a vinyl project with them?
But they're based out of Texas, Richardson, Texas. It's run by Alex. Um, Amazing group of people. Like I love working with these guys. Like they're super supportive. We first met like I've been watching them as far as like a label when I first got back on the scene, and I was, and I think what did it for me was they released one of Noah 23's album.
Nice.
They released an album from him on vinyl, and I was like, oh man, they mess with Noah, And then it was kind of like just me reaching out kind of thing, It's like I was working
Nice.
on projects and I was looking for labels to work with, and so like one day I just hit him up and was like, hey man, you guys interested in doing anything that I do? I mean, like you guys, like it seems like you're in the same realm of things as me because you just dropped No 23's album. That's my feels. So then like I just hit him up and I was just like, hey, you guys interested in doing anything with me? And he came back and he was like, hell yeah. I was like, oh, weird. So then like they released the Mycelium Culture album for us. And
Yeah.
that one I just wanted to be like, oh, we could just do a CD with this, like nothing, we can,
Yeah.
just something just to get it going and just to build our like relationship and whatever. So they did Mycelium Culture microdose, last year. And then while they're actually I submitted Thunderhead first to them and just to
Oh.
see if it'd be interesting. It's like, hey, you want to do vinyl on this? And they're like, yeah. But our schedule's pretty packed, as far as like what we can release right now on vinyl. Um,
Yeah.
but we really want this. And I was like, okay, cool. And then so I submitted that, and then a few months later, I was like, wow, they're pretty excited. I'm just gonna send this to them too. And then I sent my Mycelium Culture, and they're like, yeah, dude, let's do this too. I was like, what?
Nice.
Nice. So then they took that project on, and then they were able to, since that one was just a CD release, they were able to get that into production and get that into manufacturing right away. Like, it was like a
Yeah.
month turn before, we were able to get that going. And I was like, whoa, this is cool. But they're great, great people, super amazing people. Um, and I love working with them a lot. Um, but I'm just happy how all that worked out, and I'm happy I even took that leap and just sent them stuff and just be like, hey, you guys interested? And the yeah, feedback and the way they responded and reacted,
Yeah.
like, it was genuine excitement, and that's, and it was when I reached out and it was reciprocated. I was like, oh, really? Cool.
Dude,
Wow. All
that's
right.
the awesome, man. Just when both sides are very supportive of each other and they're down for each other, and that's exciting. I got this next release, which it's gonna be a banger, man. And so, real quick now, I want to go through some of the tracks. We'll walk through them, just talk to them about a little bit, not be too revealing.
Yeah.
But I wanted to start with the intro, Canvas Sky. And man, what a dramatic entrance into the album, right? I didn't know what to expect for the first song, Thunderhead. And so I love the idea of just all the sounds and, not an actual song, but an intro. And so I just, oh man, the storm is coming, climax is coming. That's what I was thinking. It was the build
Yeah.
up to the start
No,
of the first track.
it's definitely, this project has like more of a cinematic feel to it.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
it.
so then like that was the idea for it. Like I'm not big on intros or instrumental intros, but like I felt like this was a good one. This is,
Yeah.
this was a good project to have one because it was like, I think that tracks is what sets the transition from Estuary to Thunderhead
Oh,
as far as like
yeah.
just a
Good point.
transitional piece and a new beginning. So then, but yeah, it's a very the album has like a real, like, not dark as in like dark, but like a darker cinematic feel to it, and yeah,
Did
no,
you know
I think that was a good
when did
idea,
you
but
know
at the
you
same
wanted
time,
that
yeah,
intro?
I'm not really a big
Yeah.
fan of intros, but I think this, really short intro is what, yeah, it's what sets the mood for this project.
Yeah. Was that planned at the beginning of the album, or did you not come up with that idea until the end?
It
When
was
did you
something that
decide?
came up at the end. It came up
Okay.
at the end. I was like, okay, so what we doing? We doing intro? And it was like, yeah, sure. I think that would be great. And then like Result is just a beast when it comes to like intros and like, stuff like that too. So then it really worked out to, like,
Okay.
because he was able to flex that side of himself as well. And he does really
Yeah.
great work when it comes to like, just intros and all this other stuff. So I'm like, I think it worked out.
Yeah.
Like,
And what a great way to put it, man. It was a cinematic delivery, movie like. Grab your popcorn. Here we are. We're getting ready to start with the album, man. So
yeah,
well done
exactly.
on picking the first track, to be Canvas Sky. Okay. All right. So we move on to track number 2, which is Thunderhead, which is named after the album. And then I mentioned earlier on that I'm a big fan of scratching and I love how it's used. And then the freaking hook is bananas. Holy cow, man. I think it's here we go. The thunder's coming, man. And so was that how did that work, man? So did you build the song around the title, or was this a song that you had first, and then it just happened to be the song that you were like, okay, I'm gonna call the album Thunderhead? Which kind of came
Actually,
first, kind of a or the song?
I knew this project was going to be called Thunderhead from the
Yeah.
beginning. So this was like the title track, and the title track was basically like me summing up what all of the songs on the album is about. So then that's it. So then like what I'm talking about on that track, it might seem a
Okay.
little spread out or sporadic as far as like a lot of different ideas, but it was me saying, hey guys, this is what the album's about, and I took pieces from all the others, and like I actually started with the song. So then like I took pieces what of tracks that I was planning on building, like the ideas of tracks that I was gonna write for this album. And
Yeah.
and it was kind of like placeholders too, as a reminder of, okay, I'm supposed to work on this track that's talking about this thing. So then like it's a whole bunch of all the different tracks, the ideas of all the tracks on the album just summed up
Yeah.
in one track. And it's like,
Oh,
this is what I'm gonna talk about, guys. Like, spoiler. But but that was the idea. And like I said, it was like a placeholder because I went into this project with an intention, with an idea. And I wanted to make sure I kept that and I stayed on track. So then like it might
Yeah.
be this track, it might be the first track, like I said, it might be a little more spread out as far as content, but then overall it's it's pretty much the whole album summed up into one track.
I love it. The summary bottom line up front. Hey, and this reminds me. Are you going to be doing any sort of video or visuals for the album?
I was
Or
working on that, and then like my work schedule got really
okay.
messed up, and timing. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I think I like used up all my promo material like too early because I thought it was gonna be released earlier, you know. So then I was like, all the stuff I worked on, it's like, damn, like I think I dropped it too.
Well, I could see some great videos at those hike locations. Lot of potential for good visuals for this one, man.
No,
But
for sure,
yeah,
and I think, and I am going to work on getting something, um, getting more stuff because like this album needs it, deserves it, more visual
yeah,
representation of what I'm talking about. So I need to, like I had this whole mind state like I needed to get it all done before the album was finished, but then no, I can do stuff after. I got to keep promoting the album,
yeah,
so like
yeah,
absolutely. So then I had to break that mind state and be like, okay, because what ended up happening was I wanted to do all of this stuff for the album, and then like I didn't hit a deadline of my personal deadline of getting it all done before the album was released. And then
yeah.
I was like, well, dude, I can do it after. It's like that happens all the time. So it's
That's a good question, though. How long did it take you to record this album? All six, seven tracks.
um it did take me a while only because I was juggling other projects at the same time, which is
I
like
see.
it's a good thing, but it's also could be a problem for some people
Yeah,
because like but then like I have to, if I'm working on one project, then I get sad, I get bored, and I just don't want to talk. It's like, oh. But then, like, if I'm working on different things at the same time, then it keeps everything fresh and for me to be able to like, yeah, let's do this. Like, I think right now I'm
yeah,
juggling like 3 projects, and and I had to like, I'm talking the producers. I was pretty straight up, right up front. It's like it's gonna take me some time only because I need to juggle. Like that's the only way
yeah,
I can keep doing stuff is by juggling because yeah, I work better working with different stuff than
yeah.
just like putting all
Same.
my focus into one project. Like the second I start writing something and I feel like I'm just writing something, I gotta cut it off. It's like no,
Straight
like
up.
I hate that bar. It's like that's like the worst bar ever. I need to do something else. So like,
Yeah,
but when I do different stuff, it keeps everything fresh as far as like ideas, cadences, patterns, all that fun
yeah.
stuff. So
No, I definitely do the same thing. I don't know why it's like that. I just enjoy working on multiple things at the same
yeah,
time. I guess when I hit writer's block, then I got to move on to the next one and then come back to the other one. But
yeah.
that's the way I work too, man. I feel you, brother. All right. Hey, man, let's move on. So Thunderhead, amazing track, and then you go into Snowmelt, and then this is where you display your ability to sing too, man. So I love the singing hook. I can't sing it, but I'm gonna recite it. It's like I'm playing in the snow with the world burning around me. It's like I'm playing in the snow with the world burning around me. In the end, it's just all just. I couldn't catch the last part of the second.
In the end, it's
What
all
did you
just
say?
mud. Like
Ah, dude. Yeah.
like when the snow
Whoa.
melts, it's a muddy thing. Everything is just muddy. Everything is just dirty. But at the same time, it's like I'm just playing in the snow with the world burning around me. I don't pay attention to what's going on in the world, to be honest. I'm pretty when it comes to like world events and just stuff. And it's not like I'm not interested. It's just that I pay attention to my immediate reality and what affects
Yeah.
my immediate reality. And not to like be like selfish or anything, but I don't give a fuck what's going on out there. Like, it's not affecting me right here, right now in my world. But if it does, then oh yeah, I'm gonna be well into it and be like, dude, you're fucking with my shit, you know. But then like, but it's not like being a jerk or anything. I just don't have the bandwidth for it and the mental capacity to keep up with everything that's going on in the world. That's why I can't even deal with Facebook. You know, it's like there's too much noise and stuff, and like I already have all this static going on in my head, and I can't. So then, you know, like I'm not saying I'm walking around just playing in the snow, la-di-da-di, like I don't care. It's just I'm in my own world, and I always feel like every time I look outside of myself, there's always something crazy going on. And like I said, it's not like I don't care. It's more so like it's not affecting like my immediate world. You know, I have so much stuff going on inside of myself that I have to take care of. I can't like, you know, like really pay attention to what's going on out there. It seems like there's always a fire somewhere going on in some part of the world in some way. And like me personally, I can't deal with it. It's gonna make me angry. It's gonna make me anxious. It's gonna make me depressed. I already do that to myself, you know. So then like that's what that song is about. It's like, but it's not like I don't care. And it's not like I won't support, you know, a group of people that need support for like to help other people out there. It's not like I don't do that, but I just can't pay attention to. I just can't like be a part of it for myself, for my own reasons. Right. You know, like mental health is big for me. And I really do. Like the first line in the track of Daylight Illusions with Rove is, I have issues. I really do. So then like I have to like in order for me to like really like keep myself intact, I just gotta be in my own world and love those that are around me, support those that are around me in my immediate reality. And like, but at the same time, I hate that there's all this stuff going on in the world. And I hate that there's people hurting. I hate that all of that. But I can't take that on, dude. Like I really can't take that on. It's tough. Like I wish I was somebody that could and be involved and stuff. But I have to take care of me, man, in my world.
That is definitely important, man. Mental health is key, man. So wow, I love how you address that then. Holy cow, that last part of the hook, which I couldn't get. In the end, it's just all mud. Oh my God, dude. Makes the song like 50 times better, dude. Holy cow. The lines, man, just line after line. Pretend it never happened, but the scabs keep falling off. Hands broken, never felt sore lines, no regrets. Blow a kiss with cracked lips, staple hides. Man, just, ooh, boom. I know I got them out of order, but just all those, man, just really stuck out to me. And just really supported the theme that you had just talked about. And then you go into the third verse with a back and forth, which is both you, but two different vocal effects, which was disgusting. Like, holy cow, man. Amazing. I was like, golly, this dude, man. This dude is freaking bananas, man. I love it. Yo.
You know, like that song, for some reason, I always heard like a breakdown, you know, for the third verse. And like, I remember like approaching Rezult with it. And because like I wrote the two verses and I was like, hey, let's do like this breakdown thing at the end and ending off that way.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it worked. You know, I was like, oh wow. Yeah, you know, because like to hear what he did with the production after it and how it's, you know, how smooth it went, they transitioned into that part. You know, that it worked. Like, yeah, I was like, wow, okay, yeah, that was a good idea.
Yeah, so. It's original and creative, and you know, like I said, I always tell people when I interview them and I hear something dope, I'm like, oh, why didn't I think of that? Or like, just a great way.
Well, I do that all the time too, man. There's like certain artists I listen to. I was like, damn, I wish I did that. You know, I was like, I totally get it.
Yeah. Hey, so well done on that track, and then move into track number 4, Starlit Grotto, which is the first track on the album that you released with features Rezult and Wormhole. Hey, tell me. Oh, I know about Rezult. I didn't know he rapped. And then Wormhole, tell me about him, man. Where's he from, and how do you know him?
He's out of Kaneohe, dude. He's right down the street from you.
Oh,
you know, like,
to do to Kamakana Ali Mall, man, or Pro Ridge, dude?
No, like Wormhole is somebody that I've known for a lifetime. He was we've he I met him in high school, at
Okay.
Castle. I met him at Castle High School, and I was actually in the same like first period as him. It was like this ag class, agriculture, and he didn't even know who the hell I was. Like he didn't even remember that I was in his class. It was ridiculous. He was a drummer, and he still is a drummer.
Oh,
And at that time, he was
okay.
part of a band called Neurovoid. Everybody loved him because he was like this really cool drummer kid, part of a band in high school that played a lot of shows and stuff. So
Oh,
then, yeah, I literally sat like three, things away from him, and he didn't even know who the hell I was until Proletariats came out, and then all that, and then we're into college, and he was like, "Oh, dude, I like your stuff," and I was like, "Dude, I sat next to you in like high school. You did." you know but no, but he's family to me.
cool.
We do a lot, we do music together on the Brainforest side of things, the Brainforest Underground, or
Okay.
before then it were called Tree Dust Mirror, and
Yeah.
like, but he's somebody that he was drumming, and then he got into rapping, and but he can like scream and growl and bark crazy, like his vocals his vocals are
Yeah.
wild, and to incorporate like fast rapping with the roar, it's so like, oh dude, you're a different animal, I love you. And it's like, this is you're wild. But then, like, yeah, you should check out his other stuff.
Yeah,
It's
I need to.
crazy.
Is he still making music consistently, or is he just whenever he feels like it, or is he still doing it?
I mean, like, I think he's in a little break right now, just life stuff, but he's
Okay.
always making music in one form or another. He's either doing like really dark, deep jungle tracks, as far as production
Okay.
side of things, or like he's, drumming. I mean, he's always drumming. Um, but yeah, Kanio boy, same age as me, I think, or he might be a year younger, but no, like
Okay.
he's super talented. Like, and
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie, I think like his verse on the whole album is like one of my highlights. It's just like, damn, you made the album,
Man.
dude. Like, I didn't do shit. It's
Yeah.
like, but like,
Phenomenal, man.
he's a
Yeah.
crazy
Hey,
guy.
man. No, he was great, man. And then I mean, yeah, you're quite modest. Your double time flows crazy on that, and then the cadence of your hook too was kind of wild too, man. I'm not. I can't do it, but it was like da 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 because we are
Yeah,
the
I was
wisdom.
following the
Yeah.
hi hats. I was following the hi hats, and
Yeah.
I think it worked out really good, and then
Oh,
like,
totally
and then
did.
we decided to all take chances of take turns of saying, the dark days brought bright lights.
Yeah.
It's like we need that. Like, I mean, it sucks. We go through shit. We go through a lot of
Yeah.
stuff, but then it brings out like this light in us, and we kind of need those dark days to bring out, like, to work through it and to see who we
Yeah,
are,
the good ones, man.
yeah, and to be
Dude,
able to
that's
come out at
amazing.
the end of it.
That's a great point, man. Sometimes I get mad and I'm like, why can't everything be good? And so, what you mentioned is funny, man. My little girl told me the same thing. You gotta have bad days so that you can
Oh,
recognize the good ones, appreciate them, dude. So both y'all, man, I'm learning still, and yeah, what a great message from that song. So props to you guys, and well use of the features, man. You guys killed it.
thank you.
All right,
But
man.
yeah,
So we'll
real
move on
quick,
to
sorry, but Result, yeah, like he like he was always rapping. He has like several releases as, Result, and like his own solo stuff. You should really check out his catalog. But like, it's but yeah,
man.
he's a rapping, producing. He's a drummer too, So like all these guys are drummers. Except for me, I can hit like a drum pad. I got one right in front of me. But like, you know, but like, but yeah, that's where like a lot of the cadences and stuff is. They're just crazy talented drummers that learn how to change their drum patterns into vocal patterns.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the hook was quite impressive, man. That was the catchy thing for me. And so, and then, just when I thought that you could not impress me anymore,
Oh,
I went into the next track, which tell me if I butchered the name. Is it Pyrus Peak
yeah,
or is it
Pirates Peak.
Pyres? Okay, is that one of the hikes that you did or no? Is
Yeah,
that
well, it's not the name of a hike, and I think that's actually something in like Pokemon or something. But I
oh,
found that out after. But then, like, but then, like, yeah, that was written completely on a hike. The whole thing. It was me
dude?
just. I did what was called what they call a 14er out here.
Okay.
It's called Bierstead, and 14er is like 14,000 elevation hike,
Jeez.
and it killed me. It broke me down.
Wow.
But then but then that whole track was written on a hike, and like it was just me trying to push my way to get to the top, and like and and the things that I burnt from myself when I was walking up there, like it was like a very therapeutic hike for me.
Yeah.
And it also broke me, like there was a point where I got anxiety on it because I was like, man, when does this thing end? And then I was like, I can't turn back now. Like I'm either gonna have
Gotta
to keep
finish it.
going or I gotta turn around. It's like, oh man, did I bring everything that I needed? This is the first time doing one of this. Am I prepared for it? But then at the same time, there were like, elderly people just going and just, like, but they're built different out here, dude. Like elevation, and they probably have like a third lung or something, man. They're like built different out here. So, but
Dude,
the whole
I'm
thing
sure. I'm
was,
sure you're that way now. And remind me when I get to Denver to come see you, man. Not to go hiking with you, man. We gotta go we gotta go beginners.
yeah,
Beginners.
yeah, 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 no, 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 no.
Yeah.
I should have been, should still be doing it, but then like I pushed myself to like, I just
Yeah.
wanted to experience that. It was one of the reasons why I moved out here is that I heard
Yeah.
these stories about 14. So the whole thing is just, like, because when you reach the summit of one of these hikes or you reach the end, it's something else, dude.
Sure.
You're like, damn, I made it, and then you kind of just sit there and take it in, and that's where a majority of this track was written, and it
Wow.
was, and I just went in on it, like just style
Yeah.
wise, like I did more of like a tribal, you know, chant flow with it. Um,
Yeah. That this is where I want to point out that you went from riding the beat to the regular, the regular rhythm of the drums, and then you went double and then triple time, and then I was like, golly, you do that really well, man. So you remind me of obviously Twister, who is pretty famous for doing that too as well, and just man, but you took that to a whole nother level, man. That was great. So that's why I was like, okay, track number 4 was dope. But then number 5 was like, okay, he's really showcasing, man, his capability to be able to flip words like in all different time sequences is really good, man. Props.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Well, good, man. Well, hey, let's move on to track number 6, Friction and Currents, featuring Rezult. You want to tell me a little bit about that song, how that came to be?
No, it's just like I was going through this thing where like, no, that one was kind of like the idea of that one kind of came when I didn't know if I wanted to stay in Kansas or move to Colorado. So it was like a friction in ideas, and it was causing like, you know, in a way static within, like it was causing friction within myself. It's like, do I go this way? Do I go this way? Because like they both had like the pro and cons, but but the cons of Colorado was more unknown. It was more of it being an unknown thing. Like I don't really know any people there. I'm just gonna go there blank slate. So then but and that was a lot more enticing than knowing exactly what I was gonna be staying in if I stayed. But then there
Yeah.
was this whole, like it's like, what do I do? And it's like, do I just clean slate everything? The kids are fine. Everybody, they're all out in the world doing their own thing. It's like, what do I do? My work supported it. So then it was just like, okay, let's go chase the unknown then, because
Yes.
you know it's a lot more exciting than just sitting in something that I know was going to be potentially toxic for me, you know.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, there was the whole known factor. Like there was somewhat of a comfort where I was at, something familiar, something, you know. But it was a little too familiar, man. I just had to move on, do something else, you know. So
Yeah.
so that's
Change is
what
okay.
that track is about. It's just me, like, you know, just going back and forth, back and forth. Did I do this? Did I do that? And then what's that? You know. So
Nice.
I went with the
Well done.
unknown.
I like it, man. Just the story of this whole album. So super great, man. Very consistent with the theme. And then you move on to track 7, which is Live and Learn, which is caught me. I noticed, I was like, hey, this track is produced by Revolver, not by Rezult. So is it a track that was jointly produced, or was that just
Yes.
pure Revolver? Oh, they both produced it.
Yeah, they both produced it.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why like that. That's why like that song really like it kind of sticks out at the end, you know, like because like,
Yeah.
there's another hand in it, there's another ear on it, and you know, Revolver is just like bass, you know. So then like he no, it was like he started it, Result finished it,
Nice.
and then
Yeah, I know Revolver is supposed to get an interview. We're trying to just lock down some dates to get him on, but he's a West Coast producer, and I know you've done stuff with him in the past. And how did you come to decide, you know, hey, this is a beat that I want to use, and then send it over to Resolve? Like I'm sure you had to talk to Revolver first, but how did that work in terms of like getting them to
actually it was something that they were working on already, you know, and then
got
was
it.
like, dude, this thing is coming out great. I think it will work perfect on the album. And I was like, dude, send it. Like, if you're stoked about it, I'm gonna be really stoked about it. Send it. You know. So
Okay.
I'm like,
So they knew each other then.
yes.
Revolver and Result. Okay.
Yeah, and they were working on some other things, I believe, and then this was one that they picked out for me, and I was like, dude, this is wild.
Yeah.
But no, and it was a nice way for me to close out the album. You know, it's more me paced out as far as rapping, and then like
you do the singing hooks again, which I think you really do well. I think you're really good at
thank
it.
you, thank you, yeah, like thank you. But yeah, and there's also an Easter egg in that track. It was like on the second verse before I go really fast. There's you know, there's a line where I say, "Accomplished, but no one to show it off to. Just an empty nest." You know, empty nest is what's coming up next. You know, so like so it was already that project. I was already building on what the next one was going to be.
Woo.
What's going on? You know. So
Yeah.
then that's coming on that. But that track was really cool. And then like, you know, and the way that the track ended, you know, like it originally ended without the scratching section, and then Result, like he, you know, like it was supposed to just me fading out singing at the end, and then like Result was like, yo, check this out, and then he brought the beat back in with the cuts and stuff. I was like, damn it, you do amazing things. You know.
Hey, I love the Easter egg, so thank you. So you got to get to the end of this interview like a Marvel movie to get that piece right. So yep, hey, empty nest, man. You heard it right here. Coming up, man. And that was great, man. And you're right. That was a great way to close the album and very consistent with the theme, talking about just the trials and tribulations from your move from Kansas over to Colorado, and just you finding opportunity, seeking light, and finding change and going into the unknown. I think that summarizes it really well, and I think you do an outstanding job of it. And I'm so lucky to get a preview of this album. Thank you, brother, and congratulations.
Thank you.
The release upcoming final release on March 23. That's so exciting, man.
Yeah, that's also my birthday too, dude.
That's right. Hey, we gotta cheers it up on that day, and we're gonna release the interview. The interview that we're doing right now, it's planned. We're gonna get that out a day before to give people some behind the scenes info on the creation of this album. Super cool. But man, I can't wait, man. Still another less than 3 weeks before we go, but I feel lucky that I got to listen to the album. Thank
No,
you.
thanks for being even interested. That means a lot to me, man. Like,
Yeah. Hey, and I feel good. I'm so happy that we got to get a track in too, over a Mayo beat, man. So
yeah,
yeah,
that track is crazy. That thing came out really fucking good, dude. And, like, I actually listen to it a lot. It's part of my rotation. It's one of the things that, like in between, like writing, or I'll be listening to the instrumentals, and then it's like I need to listen to some stuff. That's one of the tracks that I have on a heavy rotation, dude. That track.
Oh man, awesome! I need to get it
Dude.
mixed, man.
You kill it.
And yeah, I've got 2 songs for that EP. I need to just get off my butt, and then I'm doing the same thing that you're doing. I have to go from project to project. So very bad of me, but that's the way that I work. So
Yeah, no, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we need to come back around and do another one.
Oh,
I still
always.
listen to that one beat that you sent me with the guitars and stuff. And like I love the lead in the beginning, like the way that his production style, like there's that, you can do like this crazy just lead into it, like in that beat. It's wild. But yeah, we should revisit that and
Let's do it, man. Oh man, yeah, I think I know. Is it the? I gotta remember the name. I think it's called like Beat 29 or something like that. Maybe.
I don't know, like I think it's.
I'm terrible with names.
No, I mean that's what happens. We get beats that are just numbers.
That's it.
But,
Oh god.
but I think it's is it 584? No. That can't be it. Wait, this gotta be it. Yeah, it's called 584 Master.
Oh, okay.
I listen to that too, dude. I got ideas for that if you want to rock that.
Let's do it, man. Well, yeah, hey, I'm excited, man, and just I love the friendship that that we've created, and it's been good. I mean, just an honor, just getting to know you and just watching you progress in music. I'm so glad that you're back doing music again, and just and attacking with a vengeance, man. That's the way to put it.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good for me, man. Like I'm able to just get a lot off my chest and do it in a creative way instead of out being in the world destructive about it. So it's good.
Yeah, well, hey, man, I look forward to sharing this interview. Any final words about the album? Is there anything you want people to know as we close this awesome interview out? Or just, hey, man, just watch out for the album. What do you want folks to know? And who do you want to shout out?
Like, big shout outs to Alex, El Grande Records. I mean, damn, dude. Love you guys. And thanks for all the pre-orders, dude. It's doing really well.
Yeah.
Like to get a message is like, dude, this is going great. There's a really happy guy in Texas right now. Like, but no, and just all the communication from a lot of the people that did buy the album, the pre-order and stuff, and all the messages I'm getting, and the screenshots of them purchasing it, and the feedback I'm getting from Snowmelt, and just saying, damn, does it really cost this much to ship to Germany? And trying to figure out a way to work it out.
Yeah,
finding ways to work it out, and it's just, all that interaction and all that, it means a lot to me. And thanks everybody. Like this, I've been, I can't say thanks enough. I mean, I love everybody and appreciate it, bro. Like, really cool. Makes me want to do more of this shit.
Keep them going, man. We need it.
Cool. Hope so.
Well, good.
I need it as far as like to stay sane, but no, like it means a lot to me. And thanks.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. Well, hey, thank you again. I look forward to the actual physical release and getting my copy. And so, and I can't wait to get this interview out. So thank you again, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks, brother.
Yes, sir.